actually remember to record this time.
That's why I didn't remind you, is because I heard you start recording and I was like, okay, he's good.
Well, I didn't start recording. It was like that little note taker thing that was recording.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But well, sweet. I know 2 weeks ago, we hopped on a call, but I think literally everyone was out. Like, I feel like 2 weeks ago, that was probably one of the peak weeks of festival season. Everyone was gone.
Yeah.
So I figured let's just save this topic, especially because it's a little more in depth for this call. So Jamie and I was really nice because we got to sit down and like actually build this one out together. So that was really fun. So if you saw like the note on top of it, the topic is just supplements in general, kind of going over which ones do we feel are worth it and which ones can you literally just throw in the trash because they're not worth any money there. So let's do this. I'll share my screen with you here. Jamie, do you want to kind of start running through it and then I'll just hop in there with you?
Well, you want me to, are you gonna like click for me? Do I just talk?
I can click for you. Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. You guys able to see and hear everything on there?
I can see
Yes.
it.
Sweet. Cool. Let me make sure I can actually see everything. There we go. Solid. So sweet. Like we said, going over which supplements are actually worth it and which ones are trash. I know we talked about this last time, like two or probably like a month ago at this point. This was a topic you guys want to go over. So we figured why not dive into it a little bit. So I'll let you kind of start us off there, Jamie. If
Okay.
I can, well, maybe click. There we go.
All right. So first thing, what supplements do you use? So we want to ask you kind of what have you used? What have you tried? What are some supplements that you're currently taking? It can be anything from like vitamins, minerals, like if you're doing a magnesium or iron supplement, or it could be kind of like protein powder, a pre-workout, maybe a fat burner. So we wanted to ask you guys what kind of supplements do you currently use or have used?
Do you want to go first, Shelly, or you want me to?
Sure, I can go first. I'm currently, as of before Big Dip, I have not been doing very well on keeping up with my vitamins. But doing vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc. Um, I sometimes take pre-workout. It depends. Like today I did because like I'm supposed to be getting my period like any day now. And I just was not like I was so tired. So I took pre-workout this morning. Um Supposed to be taking creatine, but I have not been taking that. But I did like it when I was taking it. There's some other ones I'm missing too, but I just have them in a big thing. So vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc.
And
Oh, fish oil
Oh, okay. We
and
love the
bio.
fish oil.
Yeah.
sweet. Maggie, all you.
I used to do pre-workout, but I haven't taken it in a long time. My boyfriend's also said that I should try creatine, but I haven't yet. But otherwise I take like a woman's like multivitamin, and then I take fish oil, and then I take a biotin one, and then I take like ashwagandha.
Nice.
But I don't really take anything for like working out specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think it's good. I mean, when Jamie and I were sitting down and making this, I feel like we even kind of had a hard time trying to come up with like which ones you should take because we were kind of that same boat where it sounds like you guys are already there as well, where it's like you're doing some things to help maybe fill in some gaps of where you're currently at, but you're not necessarily depending on anything necessarily. So it's cool. There we go. All right, there you
I
go.
was taking a fat burner like when I was working out when I did this other like plan like when I was boxing as a I forget what it was it was the brand was I don't remember. I will think of it and I'll let you know.
How did you like it? Did you feel like it was making a difference at all?
Yeah,
Did you notice anything? Okay.
I think I liked it a lot.
Okay.
I would totally do it again, but I just don't I'm just really bad at consistency. So like I know I have to take it. Like that's why I haven't like taken the creatine because like I just keep forgetting to take it.
Yeah.
Like it's just yeah.
It's
Like
hard
a
to
pill is
remember all
one
those
thing, but
things.
powder is right. It's so many things to do.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to kind of go over all of that. What we're going to cover today is 3 supplements you need in your cabinet and 3 supplements you can throw out. So obviously there's a gajillion that we could go over, right? But we kind of wanted to go over the 3 main ones that we believe are beneficial and that we have taken ourselves as well as many of our clients and people that we've worked with. And then 3 that we truly believe are just not worth the money. It's more of a sort of like placebo or more just to sell you on something, making you think that you need it when in reality you don't need it, or you could use something else in your diet, in your nutrition, in order to sort of get that same sort of effect, if that makes any sense. So we're going to go over three of each. How do I move oh, I can minimize. Oh, perfect. Okay, because the little screen down at the bottom right of you guys was covering up the the thing. So our supplement essentials are number 1 is protein powder. I feel like you cannot go wrong with protein powder. And pre-workout absolutely can be beneficial, as you guys mentioned as well. And then omegas, that's going to be your fish oil. So both of you have kind of taken all of these things and probably can attest to these as well. So these are our top sort of supplements.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What protein powders do you like brand wise, do you like best? Because I feel like I've tried like a couple and like really not liked them, but then like I've gotten like a protein milkshake or not milkshake, like a protein smoothie from like some smoothie place and it's like really good. So I'm what brands do you recommend that actually taste good?
I could send you some. It's kind of hard to think off of the top of my head. Honestly, I just go to Amazon. There are some that are really high quality that I've heard are really nice. I really like Isopure. It is so clean, it is so light, but it is just expensive. Like to me, it's just a little bit out of my price range. And they recently have raised the prices on it, and so I'm kind of bummed about that. But that one was my favorite, and it doesn't have a lot of like carbs or fats or other things in it. It's literally just like straight protein, and it's kind of lighter to where it's not super chalky and hefty. But there's whey protein and there's vegan protein, so it kind of just depends on which one you want. I like whey personally because I can do dairy and it just tastes better. It tastes creamier. So I usually tend to go towards whey protein over vegan protein, but Johnny has to take vegan protein because he's lactose intolerant. So unfortunately, he cannot have whey. So that's just kind of my preference, but I can send you some that I've personally gotten on Amazon that I've really liked. I mix mine with a bunch of other things. I make a smoothie. I don't just put it in a protein shaker and drink it straight. I mix it with a ton of other things and it kind of drowns out the like chalky or graininess when you just put it in a blender bottle and shake it up.
Yeah. I think to kind of add on yours, Jamie, the cost wise, for me personally, that's always a big thing. Especially if you're doing this consistently, that stuff adds up. If you're doing, in my case, like at my peak, I was doing like literally 4 scoops a day. That
Yeah.
stuff adds up. So definitely the higher, typically the more expensive the protein it is, you're going to get a little more portion, but usually also better taste. The cheaper you start getting, the shittier the taste, in all honesty. But
Do you
again,
have any vegan brand recommendations? I'm trying to have like a non-inflammatory diet now because of my like endo, and so like I'm trying to cut dairy.
I got you. I got you. Johnny and I share one now, so I'm always having vegan, unfortunately, because we just share at this point. And we've gotten some really good ones. So I will definitely send some over to you for sure.
I just sent you guys one that I just got. I mean, you two for sure look at them and make sure that you think that, this is a good one. But I just got this one. It's the brand is Legion and it's also wait, actually, I don't know if the one I have is vegan. Oh, I sent you the one that's vegan, but I don't have the vegan one. But I like this one a lot. It's because it doesn't taste like too chalky, but it is kind of pricey.
Yeah.
But I really like also like being able to have it without a smoothie sometimes because it's faster. So that's why I like this one. And I only like chocolate. I feel like some of the other flavors are like too sweet, personally.
Yeah.
I think there's always one thing I like to know too, and this is I used to be very, very big into supplements, and if you know like the fitness industry, it really has shifted. It used to be very supplement focused, and now it's very clothing focused. Supplements go, how do I say this? They come off the shelf as quickly as they go on the shelf. So all these brands you get ads for, all these things you see, it's not that they're not great tasting products. They are good, but a lot of the times they're doing some shady things or they're just not profitable. So as quickly as you see something go up, your favorite brand might come off the shelf in the next month. So it's always something to keep in mind too, where it's like, I don't know what brand to get. even if you find a good one, just keep in mind it might not always be on the shelf, unfortunately.
I always change it up. We kind of experiment because there's so many different kinds out there that, yeah, sometimes I'll resort to a one that I'm familiar with. But honestly, experiment. Like, try a bunch of different ones because every single person is different and we all have different like tastes and what we like and what we prefer and consistencies. And so that's kind of my advice is just they have a lot of like sample or smaller sizes where you can do, like 15 servings or even like 1 or 2 servings. You can get some of those at supplement stores and be able to sort of try it out, grab a bunch of different flavors, different brands, try it out first individually before you go and buy like a giant container of it. Because if you don't like it, then you're fucked. Yeah.
If you go to certain supplement stores, if you're really nice with the person behind the desk and you just ask if they have samples, they'll usually just give you bags of samples. They get so many things sent to them from companies, and so like they just sits in a box.
They do that at the makeup store.
Yeah, that's literally that too.
Yeah.
It's like this, it's the same thing. They have so many free samples, they just give them out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, only other one we didn't really touch on here was the casein protein. Personally, you don't need it. Like, it's not that much of a difference. The only reason I put it on there is because people get confused with it. All it is a slow digesting protein. So think of it if you are really trying to build muscle and you just really struggle getting protein in your day, casein is something that you would take right before bed because it breaks down really, really slowly. It's going to leave you fuller for longer, hence why you typically do it before bed. So that in that way you have muscle repair overnight, but you're not waking up like still super full. That makes sense. Let me see. There we go. Oops. There it is. Okay.
Pre-workout. So, first pre-workout, there is the stimulant pre-workout, which contains caffeine and other energy boosters to enhance focus, energy, and intensity during workouts. I didn't know that there was this many different pre-workouts. I've just used Johnny's, but this is just to educate you more on if you're curious on what you buy. I just mooch off of my boyfriend, super easy. But non-stimulant pre-workout boosts performance and endurance without the caffeine, perfect for evening workouts or caffeine sensitive individuals. So Maggie, this one might be good for you for an anti-inflammatory because obviously caffeine is an inflammatory. So if you're already doing caffeine in the morning or any form of caffeine at all during the day, I would avoid a stimulant pre-workout and I would do the non-stimulant pre-workout. And then the pump complex formulated to increase blood flow and muscle, quote unquote, pump through nitric or nitric. Am I saying that right?
I don't
I
know
think
how
it's
to
nitric,
Like nitric.
nitric, nitric oxide boosters. I've heard it so many different ways. And I'm like, I don't know. At this point, we'll call it whatever we want. Nitric
Well, I
oxide
just think of like
boosters.
nitrous.
Yeah,
So
you know what? You could be right. Enhancing vascularity and workout performance.
Even from these three, I know both you guys have said you've had taken pre-workout like regularly in the past. Do you know which kind you were taking? Do you know if you were on stimulant, non-stim?
I would assume stimulant. I mean, I don't know if both of them, like, what's it called that you get, or like the tingles?
It's from
Would you
from
not
beta,
get the?
from
Would you
beta
not get
alanine
tingles with?
itself. Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry. Would you not get the tingles with non-stimulant? You
No,
know?
so what causes the tingles is an ingredient called beta alanine. You
Mm.
typically need 3.2 grams for it to be a effective dose, meaning for your body to even feel it. It gives you tingles as a side effect, but what it's actually doing is it's creating a buffer system between like the last lactic acid breakdown in your muscles. So when you like, let's just say you're doing a bicep curl, how it starts to like burn and fatigue out after a while. All beta alanine does is prolong that process, so you won't feel as burnt as quickly,
Mm.
meaning you can push a little bit longer, get more muscle growth, so on and so forth. Just the side
That
effect
makes
is
sense.
you get really itchy.
I
That
think
makes
with the stimulant pre-workout though, because it contains caffeine, that's kind of what can make you shaky. And so if you're feeling more like shaky, jittery, not like tingles where you're like itchy, you feel like there's bugs crawling under your skin, but actually kind of like shaky, jittery, that's going to be the caffeine because a lot of pre-workouts and I feel like every time I bought a pre-workout, it has always had caffeine in it. You kind of have to go out of your way to find the non-stimulant without the caffeine, because the caffeine ones tend to be more popular and just more in general when you look at pre-workouts when you're shopping, they just most of the time tend to have caffeine in them. But for me, the caffeine sometimes it's so excessive because it'll have like 200 or 300 milligrams of caffeine. And especially us women, when we're, drinking a coffee in the morning or having caffeine on an empty stomach before we have breakfast, later on in the day, if we are doing something like a pre-workout and we take the full amount, that can be pretty significant for us when it comes to making us really jittery, shaky, and feeling like we're having a full-on anxiety attack. So with me, with the pre-workout, I always take a fourth scoop of any of the ones that have caffeine in it because I always have a coffee in the morning, and it helps me to get rid of those jitters. So I don't feel super shaky during my workout because I hate that. I feel like I can't get a workout in when that happens. But there's an excessive amount of caffeine usually in a lot of pre-workouts. So just make sure to pay attention to the amount of milligrams of caffeine, and if there's caffeine at all in comparison to the ones that don't have caffeine.
Yeah. There's
Yeah. Intense.
I know we're all, you know, decently well versed in the drug science world. There's an ingredient that they put in a lot of, especially the newer ones in your stimulant pre-workouts. If you look at the back of a label, it'll be listed as like 1,3-DMAA or 1,3-DMAE or like 1,3-dimethyl-lambamine. It is very, 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 very similar to like meth. It's very similar.
Oh,
They put it in pre-workouts. There was an old pre-workout way back in the day, used to have a small dosage of it. Now, when you see it, it's probably 5, 6 times that dose that it used to be. It's technically banned, depends on what state you live in, but you can still get it. So be mindful. If you ever see like high stim pre-workouts, you're like, oh, I need this high stim. Let me look at it. And you see this 1,3-dimethylamine, you're gonna feel great. Your focus will be through the roof, energy's through the roof, but your crash will be absolutely terrible. And long term, it does cause some bit of depression. It's kind of crazy. Um, Supplements are not regulated in any way, shape, or form by FDA. So kind of same idea as quickly as it goes on the shelf, it sells really well. Companies know it's going to get banned, but they don't care. So they just take the money and then start a new business.
right.
Simple.
So what is it called again? What's the
It's 1,3. It'll either be listed as 1,3-dimethylamine. I can't even like, it's some long word. You'll see the numbers
yeah.
1,3 in front of it, or 1,3-DMAA.
Okay.
MDMA, but MDAA.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
They're literally putting drugs in our pre-workout.
There's another name for it too. They use it, they say it's like some root extract. Sometimes supplement brands will do that, is they'll just rename something a different name so that companies don't catch it or that it doesn't get caught,
Right.
even though it's still a banned supplement. Happens pretty often.
That's great.
Again, if you like the effects, cool. You ain't gonna feel good afterwards though. So,
Yeah.
what was I gonna say? Personally, I think for a lot of us as we all get older, this is just me personally, I used to love the high stim pre's. I love being cracked out, 400 milligrams of caffeine, chase it with a monster. That was great. But the older I've gotten, do non-stims are the way to go. You still get the same benefits. You get all the, endurance, focus, everything you would need, just not that cracked out feeling. For a lot of us, I'm sure we like being cracked out other places, not necessarily the gym. So, any other comments on this one, Jamie, you want to add in?
Nope.
Sweet.
Omegas. Yay, these are fish oils. These are awesome. We love these. I feel like you can't go wrong with these ever. So omega-3 fatty acids, what is that? EPA and DHA. Just a couple different kinds found in fish oil. These support heart health, reduce inflammation, and improve brain function. So yes, Maggie, for your anti-inflammatory, definitely some omegas are going to be really beneficial. And then next is ALA. What is that? Alpha. Oh, I can't
Alpha
see.
linoleic acid.
Thank you. A plant-based, thank you. That's so much better. A plant-based omega-3 from flax, chia, etc., that the body converts to EPA and DHA in small amounts. Great for vegans.
Yep.
And then krill oil, an alternative omega-3 source for those allergic to fish oil with added antioxidants like, I don't even know how to say that, astaxanthin for enhanced absorption and cellular protection.
I just remembered I also take sea moss.
Interesting. Okay. I
It's
have heard
supposed to like
some.
help with a bunch of things.
I heard, oh my God, I've been seeing that everywhere on my TikTok.
I don't know about some of the other benefits, but I will say whenever I take it before bed, I take two before bed. and I wake up feeling way more refreshed. I
Mhm.
normally wake up like groggy most
Heck
days and like
yeah.
not feeling good. I'm not a morning person, so I don't know, maybe it's placebo effect, but I do notice a difference in my like energy level and focus level.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna look into it. That sounds great. I don't have any at least negative feelings about it. I don't know much about it, so I'd have to research it on my own and kind of see and maybe even try it myself just to see. But one thing I will say too, because like fish oils kind of I know tie into other things that you might take, like capsules or pills or something like that, with your iron or your magnesium or anything like that. Um, I prefer if you can get it in like liquid or liquid capsule form, that is going to go into your bloodstream quicker. It's going to be absorbed quicker in comparison to, for example, taking a multivitamin that's like a gummy. Those tend to be a little bit less effective. They're obviously still effective, but it just takes longer for your body to process it, digest it, soak it up, versus when you do something like how these pictures, those are actually capsules of straight oil, like the straight fish oil omegas. Those are going to be like way quicker digested and absorbed into your body for better effects. But you still can't go wrong if you guys have any supplements, vitamins, minerals that you're taking, that there's nothing wrong with if you have like a gummy or something like that. Go ahead and finish those out because sometimes they taste good. And if that helps you to take them, absolutely. Just as in my research and what I've learned over the years, anything that you can get in like liquid or in like a liquid capsule form is going to be best for absorption.
Yeah, 100%. Any other questions on these ones if I click on out of it? No. Sweet. These ones I feel like are pretty simple. They're good just to add to your daily ones. You're not going to notice major effects, but same thing as we all get older. The brain support, joint support, reduction of inflammation, it's all super important. So, okay, on to your next half here.
I love that I chose that photo. I was like, heck yeah, it's perfect. Unnecessary supplements. I'm going to minimize the screen here. So I feel like some of you have maybe heard me talk about this on my story, and I will preach it until the day that I die. Those freaking greens, and there's also reds powders, but those greens powders, those, like veggie powder supplements that you see, I call those absolute bullshit. Wait, go back.
Oh, I go back. I thought you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go on your spiel, so I was like, I'm gonna click to it.
No,
Okay.
no, that was just a little. And then fat burners, muscle builders. So, Shell, I know that you said that you take fat burners and that you felt like you were actually benefiting from them. So we'll kind of dive into those a little bit more, the muscle builders and fat burners. And then detox and cleanses is another really popular one that people think are beneficial. But in fact, there are many other things that you could do that would be a lot more effective. So the greens and the reds, green powder is marketed to boost veggie intake, but if you're eating a balanced diet with real fruits and vegetables, they're not essential and may lack the fiber and nutrients found in whole foods. So when you eat things like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, spinach, right, like any vegetables, especially the green ones, those are going to be like really high in fiber and really beneficial for your digestive system. So a lot of these powders, what goes wrong with them is people will take them and think, oh, okay, now I don't need to like eat veggies throughout my day because I had my whole quote unquote daily serving, right, with this greens powder, but they're actually lacking a ton of other nutrients that the whole veggies have. And then reds powders, these are designed to support antioxidants and heart health, but whole berries and colorful fruits do a better job naturally and taste better too. So essentially, these are just ways to profit off of you and make it seem like, oh, I'm doing something that's going to be easy and good for my health, but in reality, just stick to kind of like whole foods, fruit and vegetables. Pretty easy.
I feel like I always get ads for oh gosh, what's the one that's in the green bag? A1 greens.
A1.
Yeah.
I know Jamie asked me a question. She like sent me, I think it was like a mushroom thing or something you sent me.
Stupid rise.
Yeah, and I straight up said, I'm like, if you're getting an ad for it, it's a product, not a health supplement. Like, if a company is trying to market you their brand of this, they're just trying to make money off you. It's that simple. You guys obviously work like in the marketing and ad space and like know how the ads work. Some big ass companies dump a ton of money into pushing that out. So it's a product, not necessarily like a something that actually benefits you.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, if you have, I've always said this, if you have the extra money that you want to spend $40 a month on some form of powder like greens or reds, if you want to do that, if you like it, if it tastes good, if it helps you, that's awesome. Absolutely do it. I'm not going to say don't do it at all, but at least still be having actual real fruits and veggies in your diet as well. Don't just solely rely on the greens and the reds or the
Yep.
powders.
I
Yeah.
will say I've tried a powder of mix of like different types of mushrooms, and I actually did feel like those worked a lot, but it was all just different mushrooms. So
Usually
it
those
was like
have like
lion's
lion's
mane and
mane.
like
Yeah.
what's the one that starts with the R? I think it had like turkey tail in it too, or something like that.
That's
Reach,
so there
reach.
the Rise
Or-
supplement has that one as well. They have a lot of like mushroom stuff, which actually can be beneficial. They just don't state how much is actually in there, so you have no idea how much you're getting of those quote unquote good things. They so that's the one thing that I don't like about that company Rise that has like the really good mushroom stuff because Johnny and I tried it as well. He got a mushroom coffee. And when I did some research on it, I found out that it's not third party tested. There is no evidence supporting that it actually does what it says it does. Just people saying, oh, I like this, makes me feel good, and it doesn't state the amount that's in it. So I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying one thing that I would like to do is maybe get some of those things individually so I know exactly how much I'm putting in something like getting turkey tail or lion's mane or things like that because a lot of these supplements and companies that are advertising products that are like, look, it has all of this in there, they actually do not state how much of each ingredient is in there. So you have no idea how much you're putting into your body.
Yeah. It's a topic all in itself. There's like on most supplements, you'll see that thing like proprietary blend.
Hmm.
A lot of companies, in order for them to trademark their product, they'll trademark their proprietary blend and sell that. But same idea, you have no clue of how much of each ingredient is in that. So a big company can just use big buzzwords. Hey, we have this ingredient in our product, but it could be such trace amounts that it literally is having no effect,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Let me see. There we go.
Muscle builders and fat burners. So, muscle builders, many are overhyped and under-researched. Consistent strength training, protein intake, and recovery build more muscle than any anabolic supplement ever could. Fat burners, usually just caffeine with fancy labeling. They may slightly increase calorie burn, but real fat loss comes from a calorie deficit and sustainable habits.
Yeah. Like for you, when you were taking yours, when you had your fat burner, what did you feel?
So, not gonna lie, I was taking these when I was like doing my boxing workouts, and those were like are way more intense.
Uh-huh.
And like a trainer is like training you. Like I'm not like going to the gym and like kind of on my own terms. So that could be why I was thinking they were working. Because I had somebody like training me as I was using them, you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I just felt like I was like pushing harder and like maybe like sweating more.
Yeah.
But again, like that's why I was like, oh, it could just be because I was being pushed by a trainer. So
Probably. It'd be interesting to see if you were to go back to that type of training without a fat burner. Would it feel the same? Would it feel any different? And then also too, nutrition wise, like what are you eating? What are you putting into your body? How consistently are you eating? The nutrients you're putting into your body, your metabolism, all of that, right? Because if it's been several years and your lifestyle has changed, all of that could have changed as well. So yeah, it's just more like experimenting with yourself is honestly the best thing that you can do to kind of see like, do these things actually work for me? Because some people genuinely do like them. And like I said, if you want to spend the extra money on those things and you just genuinely enjoy them and it's not an issue for you, absolutely. But if you're wondering, what is actually going to be beneficial and what is worth me spending my money on, what we say it's kind of like not these. So I'm intrigued to see if you get back to that type of training without a fat burner. Like, how do you feel? Do you feel because you could have been burning a lot of fat and noticing like, oh wow, I feel like I'm burning fat, and you could have thought it was the fat burner, but in fact it was your lifestyle, your nutrition, and then that you were training so intensely with a trainer, someone who was pushing you.
yeah. Yeah, I gotta say that was probably like my favorite training I've done so far was like doing that boxing and because he also had us at a meal plan, like not like a meal plan, but like I guess like a meal plan. Like he was telling us like what to eat and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it was just personally so far from where we live, so I stopped doing it. But Yeah, if I'm ever in that area again, if I live in that area, then I will definitely go back and I'll let you know.
Sounds good.
There's like not like I live in such a rural area, like there's no boxing gyms around me, so
There was a brand of fat burners I used to take back when I competed. It was called Animal Cuts, and you would open like it came in a jar, and then within the jar you had like 20 or 30 individualized packets of like 10 pills all in one. And so you would just take the whole pack of pills like every day.
oh my
Uh,
God, that's so many pills.
what I noticed, and this is why like at the time I thought like this works great, you felt great. Your energy was to the roof and your body felt warm and hot. And you're like, oh, I'm taking a fat burner. This warm feeling must mean I'm like burning fat or my metabolism's kicking up. Oh, that's literally what it does. It has ingredients like cayenne pepper or like black pepper, and it literally makes you feel warm from the inside out. So you feel like your metabolism is burning. It's not. It's just your body's warm because you're literally ingesting spices. Um, or same will have like some appetite suppressants. So you're like, wow, I'm losing weight, but really it's just because you're on so many stims that your appetite is down. And okay, we're eating less, we're losing weight. So there's a small little like placebo effect to where like if you taking that is going to make you do more of the work, then yes, you're going to get results, but it's not necessarily the ingredient itself. I relate that with like muscle builders too. I went to a supplement store literally just to get a smoothie, and a little high school kid behind the back's like trying to upsell me on all their locked up supplements, which all they are just like under the table muscle builders. But same thing, they do such minimal amounts, but usually because you're taking those, you're like, oh, I'm taking this supplement, I'm gonna push myself harder. And that's what gets you the results more than like the actual supplement.
Oh, what about oh wait, never mind. I was gonna ask about Wawa, but you guys don't have Wawas, do you?
It's a grocery store question mark? No?
Yeah, it's like a really popular thing on the East Coast. It's yeah, it's like a you guys have Sheets?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
No. Okay, well,
Nope.
never mind. It's like a gas station slash like convenience store in a way, but like over here on the East Coast, it's like they have like hot foods and like they do smoothies and coffees and like all that kind of stuff. It's like a elevated like gas station
Hmm.
kind of place, but um they have smoothies and you can add in protein or you can add in immunity or you can add in one other thing. I forget what it is, but I was gonna ask what you guys thought about that because sometimes I add the immunity and I'm like, is it worth this? Like, what is this immunity that I'm putting in here? But
It's probably just like some vitamin C complex, could
yeah,
just be in a liquid form. It's probably all it is. Maybe some turmeric in there, just something simple.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And if you're already taking other, like if you're taking a vitamin C or vitamin D, you're like how you're saying you're taking all these other vitamins and minerals, it, then it kind of is maybe not needed. They charge you the extra like what, $3, $4 to put it in your smoothie. And in reality, you already had a lot of those ingredients earlier in your vitamins that you took in the morning. So it kind
Right,
of it's just a matter of like learning and understanding, okay, like what's actually in this? Like maybe ask them questions like what's in that? And if the
yeah,
person who's working there doesn't know what's in it and they're like, I don't know, it's just immunity, then I'd be like, all right, no, definitely not. Like if you can't tell me what's in it to know if I've already taken this today or not, then absolutely not. I'm not adding this $4 thing into my smoothie.
right. Yeah. I put in a link in there of the brand I used. It was called Prestige. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys have heard of it, but if you guys want to look at it, you can.
Like I've heard of Prestige in the past. There's so many companies now. I can't even keep track
Yeah.
of it. I've like before there used to be like four or five big ones, and now it's like there's just tons and tons of brands.
All right, cleanses and detoxes. I understand why they seem really good, and we're not saying that they are not beneficial at all. It's just that it's, I don't know, there's just many other ways and other natural things that you can do to detox and cleanse your body. So cleanses often involve extreme restrictions or juice-only diets that strip away energy and muscle, not toxins. Your body needs real fuel, not starvation. So obviously, we know that that's not good to just be on a juice cleanse with not putting any other nutrients into your body. Detoxes, your liver, kidneys, and gut already are your detox system. No powder tea or 3-day fast will outperform what your body naturally does every day. So pretty much as long as you are eating good, like, being mindful, having whole, hearty, healthy meals, focusing on like a good amount of protein, fats, carbs and vegetables in every meal, and you're really focusing on that, you're drinking enough water, you're getting enough sleep, that in itself is a natural detox. So there's no need to get all of these extra things that cost a lot of money. Once again, it's just extra ways to profit off of you. Essentially, they're just selling this idea that you need it and that you're nothing without it, right? They're coming up with problems and saying that you have all these problems that they can fix, and saying that everyone needs this, when in reality, not everybody has that problem. They're just creating these problems and saying, oh, this is what you have, this is what you need. And in reality, that's not the case. So a lot of these companies overall, with all of the supplements and things that we've kind of talked about, it's just an easy way to sell you. They're just using sales and psychology. I studied psychology. I have a boyfriend in sales, so I absolutely can understand, how a lot of these companies manage to trick people and profit off of them. So just keep eating healthy, drinking enough water, and doing everything correctly. I know it's hard. I know it's not always going to be consistent, but your body in itself is incredible at what it does with detoxing and getting rid of things that it does not need and keeping the things that it does need.
Yeah, you hit it on the nail, Jamie. I don't have any extra comments.
Sweet. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
other than the body will do the work for you.
Yeah.
That's literally that simple. There's no need to overcomplicate it. So, as we kind of round out the end of things here, I think last little side note is, kind of like the big takeaway is supplements in general. It's not that they're not beneficial for you. Obviously, we went over some good ones: pre-workout, protein powder, fish oils. There's some ones that can be beneficial, but at the same time, even those you don't need to buy everything under the book. If your nutrition's in line, you're sleeping well, you're hydrating well, you're going to be just fine. Unless you have some sort of deficiency which has been diagnosed, you more than likely don't need a lot of these things. In my personal opinion, at least for where I'm at in life now, I'd rather save my money and go to shows, go to festivals, go on trips with family and friends. Like, I would rather put my money towards that than adding 150 dollars a month towards supplements. Personal opinion. So, other than that, though, that's really all we have for you guys. Any questions? This could be on these supplements. This could be anything related. Any questions, comments, concerns on these ones?
Thank you. That was really helpful.
Yeah, of course. Maggie, you can text me. If you guys like, you both have my number, so definitely text me if there's like other supplements that you kind of see, if you see an ad for something, if you're curious or wondering. I've been doing a lot of research on things recently just because a lot of my clients have been doing that, where they see the hype about something, they immediately buy it, and they're spending all this money on it. So I've been doing a lot of research on some of the new stuff that's coming out. If you have been taking something, or if you plan on taking something, you're considering it, you absolutely can text me. And I will be honest with you and say, just like how that one you mentioned earlier, Maggie, I was like, I have no idea what CMOS. I haven't looked into that one. It sounds pretty cool. So I'll be honest about the things that I do know or don't know, give you some insight on it. So yeah, and overall too, it's just a matter of trial and error. Like, what works for you? What do you like? What do you think is benefiting you? Because every single person is different. There's so many supplements we could have dove into, but we just wanted to get into the main ones.
Cool.
Yeah, it's super helpful.
Good.
So, well, sweet. Again, appreciate you guys all for taking time today. In 2 weeks, I don't have the calendar in front of me, so I don't know what the topic will be. But 2 weeks, we'll hop on back here. Excited to talk with you both.
Thank
Okay.
you
So,
guys.
thank you guys. See you later.
Have a good
All right.
Tuesday.
See you. Thank you guys.
Bye. Thanks, you
Thanks so
too.
much.